So in order for those two lines to never intersect, well, why can't I spell? There we go. We have to figure out how that happens algebraically. If I had two equations of two parallel lines, what part of the equations would tell me they're parallel? Their slope would be what? Equal. They have the same slope, but what if I had y equals 2x plus 1 and y equals 2x plus 1? Are those parallel? Or is that just the same line twice? It's just the same line twice, right? So not only does it have to have the same slope, but what other part does it have to have? A different y-intercept. So same slope and different y-intercept. So an example of that could be, if I gave you the line y equals 2x plus 3, what would the equation of a line parallel to that be? 2x plus 4 or plus 5, or minus 7, or plus 72, or plus 1,000. It does not matter. As long as those slopes are the same, we will know they are parallel. Okay. Now, we're going to also talk about perpendicular lines. What does it mean if they're perpendicular? How do they intersect? At a right angle, which is how many degrees? 90. So we're going to put two lines that intersect at a 90-degree angle. Algebraically, how do we know if those two lines are perpendicular? So in order to be perpendicular, they have to have negative reciprocal slopes. And we're going to talk about what that means. So in order to be a negative reciprocal, right, it's going to have to be opposite signs. And flipped fraction. So if I gave us two examples of perpendicular lines, we could have y equals 2/3 x plus 5. And the perpendicular line, we would make it opposite sign and flip the fraction. So it'd be negative 3/2 x plus 5 plus 7. Any number can go there. Those would be parallel or perpendicular lines, okay, because the slopes are negative reciprocals. They're opposite signs and a flipped fraction. So let's go ahead and look at the examples of negative reciprocals.
What if it wasn't a person?
We're going to talk about that. So what would be the negative reciprocal of 3/4? Negative 4/3. Okay. What would be the negative reciprocal of 2? Well, so we have 2, so it would be negative 1/2. So we use the fact that it's technically over 1, so that when we flip it, it goes under 1. Okay. For number 3, what would the negative reciprocal be of negative 7/5? Positive 5/7. Because we switch the sign, flip the fraction. Okay, for 4, what would be the negative reciprocal of 1? Negative 1. What would be the negative reciprocal of 0? Let's talk about it. That's technically 0 over 1, right? That's a 0 slope. That is a horizontal line. So if I flip that, do a negative reciprocal, be negative 1 over 0. Can I divide by 0? What does that cause to happen? Undefined. So I have a horizontal line and a slope of undefined. So a horizontal line and a vertical line. Anytime you have a horizontal and a vertical, They will always intersect at a 90-degree angle. Because they are, by definition, exact opposites. All right, so we're going to look at a couple different types of examples today. We're going to look at determining whether they are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. And to do that, we have to compare the slopes. So for the first 4 questions, we are given points, and we have of lines, okay? So if I'm given points, and I need to look at their slopes, what formula should I use? M equals what? So we use the formula for slope given 2 points. And we're going to find all of the slopes and just compare the slopes. So we're going to look at question 6 for this. So for question 6, we're going to start with line AB. So we're going to talk about AB's slope. So to set this up, if you need to take a few seconds to do x1, y1, x2, y2, it takes 5 seconds and it can help you not mix things up. What should our numerator be of our slope for AB? 6 minus 3. What should the denominator be?
2 minus 6, which is adding it.
Which is actually adding it, because when you subtract a negative number, you add. So what is 6 minus 3?
3.
What is 2 plus 2?
4.
So our slope for AB is 3/4. Then we're going to do the same thing for CD. So CD, our slope, what would the numerator of our slope for CD be? 3 minus 0. What would our denominator be?
3 minus -1.
When we subtract a negative number, we?
Add it.
What is 3 minus 1? Or what is 3 minus 0?
3.
3 minus negative 1?
4.
So what do you notice about those two slopes? Are they the same?
The same.
Are they negative reciprocals? Or are they neither of those things?
Same.
Same. So if they are same, that means the two lines are
Parallel.
parallel. And you can also, somebody asked earlier if they could abbreviate that. You can use the symbols, which is just 2 parallel lines. That you can do that. Now, for 7. Let's look at AB first. So, to find the slope of AB, what does the numerator need to be?
4 minus 2.
What does the denominator need to be?
5 minus 2.
So, what is 4 minus 2?
2.
And then 5 minus 0 is? All right, so that is the slope of AB. Now we're going to look at CD. So to find the slope of CD, what is the numerator? 3 minus 8. What is the denominator? What is 3 minus 8? What is 3 minus 1?
2.
So are those two the same?
It's negative.
They are negative reciprocals, which means they are
Perpendicular.
perpendicular.
Is there a sign?
There is. It is an upside down T. Like that.
Do we have to put it in like parentheses too?
No, I'm just doing that as like a notation thing. All right, but most of the time when I give these, if I give you like these as a test question, I'll give them to you as multiple choice question where you just pick one. That keeps you from sitting there going, how do I spell parallel? How do I spell perpendicular? Think about parallel. To spell parallel, you literally write 2 parallel lines. All right, for number 8. So let's look at AB. So AB, to find the slope, what is our numerator?
6 minus 6.
What's our denominator?
2 minus -1.
When we subtract a negative number, we?
Add it.
So what is 6 minus 8?
2.
What is 2 plus 1?
3.
Okay, so that is the slope of AB. Now we're going to look at CD. So what is the numerator of CD? What is the denominator?
3 minus negative. Yeah.
We subtract a negative number, So we actually have 3 minus 2 is?
1, 4.
3 plus 2 is? Are those the same?
No.
Are they negative reciprocals? So that means those two lines are neither. They're just two regular old lines that intersect at some random angle. I want y'all to do number 9 for me. So go ahead and work out number 9. What is the slope of AB? Negative 1/3. What is the slope of CD? 3. So are those the same? They're negative reciprocals. So that means that those two lines are perpendicular. Okay. We also can determine whether or not they are parallel or perpendicular by looking at the equations. So in order to be able to tell from looking at the equations, we need the lines to be in slope-intercept form. What is slope-intercept form? It's y equals mx plus b. So if it is not in slope-intercept form, we have to solve for y. So we're going to go ahead and look at question 10. So for question 10, is this first equation in slope-intercept form?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the slope of that line? 7. Okay, now we're going to look at the second equation. What is this? Is that in slope-intercept form?
Yeah.
So what's the slope? So that means those two lines are parallel. Okay, now for question 11. Is this first line in slope-intercept form? What is its slope?
4/5.
Okay, is the second line in slope-intercept form?
Negative 4/5.
Its slope is negative 5/4. They are perpendicular. All right, let's go ahead and look at the back of this. So we're going to do number 12. So is the first equation in slope-intercept form? Okay, what is the slope? Negative 1/3. Is the second equation in slope-intercept form? Yeah, what is the slope there? Positive 1/3. Are those the same? Are they negative reciprocals? So what does that mean for these two? Then we are going to look at 13. So is x plus 6y equals 30 in slope-intercept form? So we have to solve that for y. How do I do that? Subtract x on both sides. So I get 6y equals negative x plus 30. From there, what do I do?
Divide by 6.
Divide everything by 6.
Negative 6.
So we get y equals, what is technically in front of the x right there? Negative 1. So that is really negative 1/6 x. What is 30 divided by 6?
5.
So we get negative 1/6 x plus 5. What is the slope of that? Negative 1/6. Now, is the second equation in slope-intercept form?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not quite. What do I need to do to get it into slope-intercept form? Divide by 3. The x was already moved, but we still had to deal with the 3y. So we get y equals, what is 18 divided by 3? So we get 6x. Then what is negative 6 divided by 3? What is the slope there? So are those slopes the same, negative reciprocals, or neither? So they will be perpendicular. And we are going to skip 14 and go to question 15. So for question 15, is the first equation in slope-intercept form?
No. Minus 3x.
So subtract 3x on both sides. We get negative y equals, can I combine 2 and 3x? No, they're not like terms, so I cannot combine them. So we get negative 3x plus 2. What do I do from here?
Divide by negative 1.
So I get y equals
Plus 3x.
positive 3x
Plus. I meant
minus 1. Or not minus 1, minus 2. So what's the slope there?
3.
Then we are going to look at the second equation. So for the second equation, is that in slope-intercept form? So what do I need to do? Can I combine 4 and negative 12x? So I get negative 4y equals negative 12x plus 4. What do I do from here?
Divide by negative 4.
So I get y equals, what is negative 12 divided by negative 4?
3.
So we get 3x, then negative 4, or 4 divided by negative 4. So what is the slope of that line? It's 3, so that means those two lines are? And then we are going to look at 16. So for question 16, is this line in slope-intercept form? What is its slope? 1, because that is what is understood to be in front of our x.
Almost negative 1.
Because what is understood to be in front of x?
Oh, 1.
A negative 1x. So we have our slope here is negative 1. What does that mean for those two? 1 and negative 1, they're not the same, but are they negative reciprocals?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes, they are. So that means they are perpendicular. Okay, then we're going to look at question 17. So for question 17, is y equals 6 a vertical or a horizontal line? Horizontal. So if it is a horizontal line, what is the slope? 0. So we have x equals negative 1. Is that a vertical or a horizontal line? It is vertical. What is the slope of a vertical line? It's undefined, yes. Okay, so if I have 0 and undefined, what does that mean they are? It's perpendicular.
But verticals are always undefined?
Verticals have an undefined slope, yes. It's because the slope would be 1 over 0,
Yeah.
and we can't divide by 0. All right, so we are going to do a little bit of practice. I'm going to pass them out. Okay, we have a parallel, perpendicular, or neither sheet. So we are going to turn this in. You can do scratch work on the back of it. So the directions for this paper are you're going to determine whether the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. And then if they are parallel, you will shade in the box yellow. If they're perpendicular, you will shade in the box light blue. If they are neither, you leave it uncolored unless you want to give it a color and color them in for funsies. That's fine too. That is why we are turning these in, even though they are on white paper, but I made the mistake last year of giving it to people on like a pink sheet of paper and then none of the colors showed up, so like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yellow and blue. Because I didn't turn it on this morning. You can press the button. Ben's being a little ritzy.
What color?
Ritz.
That's not perfect. Are we turning these in?
We are going to turn these in. Okay, you should. Up here is what the color should be. I did the work very much so in my head. If you think one of them is wrong, it very well might be. Because I just looked at them real quick and did it all in my head to make a very quick answer key. So work on that. And if you finish during class time, turn it in. If not, bring it to me tomorrow.